If you haven't had a chance to try this SAT writing challenge question, go ahead, pause the video, give it a shot, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, which of the following choices has a similar meaning as this sentence? None, one, or multiple choices can be correct. So the sentence is, you are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than a tiger is to be attacked by a penguin. So this topic relates to illogical comparisons. So what we want to make sure when we pick our choices here that are going to match that meaning is that they're making the same kind of comparison that the original is making. So the original is making this claim that, when you compare people, humans, to tigers, humans are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than a tiger is to be attacked by a penguin. Now, the sentence is nonsense, of course, but the point is the meaning that's intended. We want to try to preserve that in our choices. And a choice that changes that meaning, changes that comparison, is not going to be an equivalent option. So let's look at A. You are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than by a tiger. So this is not equivalent, because what this one is saying is, take a person, penguin versus tiger. They're more likely to be attacked by a penguin than by a tiger. Notice the repetition of that by. One of the things we see with questions involving comparisons, it's really a kind of parallelism. You want to look and see how these phrases are built and how they compare to each other. And that will tell you what sort of comparison is being made. So here, you're more likely to be attacked by a penguin than by a tiger. It's comparing your likelihood of being attacked by one animal over the other. This is not equivalent to the original. The original is making the claim that, again, this is absurd. I know the sentence is absurd, but don't worry about that. It's making the claim that you are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than a tiger is to be attacked by a penguin. So you're sort of comparing penguins attacking people and attacking tigers. That's not what A is doing. A is saying, how likely are you to be attacked by a penguin versus by a tiger? How about B? You are more likely than a tiger to be attacked by a penguin. So this is equivalent. Really, all we're doing here is removing the tiger part to the beginning, but it's making clear their comparison. You are more likely than a tiger to be attacked by a penguin. So both of you are being attacked by a penguin. Who's more likely to be attacked? You are, more than a tiger. And C is really just the same thing as B. All we've done is added an is here, but it's still keeping that comparison together. You are more likely than a tiger is to be attacked by a penguin. So B and C are equivalent to the original. Maybe we'll make these green to indicate. How about D? You are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than a tiger. So this one is ambiguous. It could be read two ways because, if you imagine, it's kind of like you have to imagine what word has been left out. If the word by was left out here, then we would have choice A, and this would not be equivalent. On the other hand, if we had the word is here, then it's equivalent to the original, as we'll see with choice F. So this one, it's kind of 50-50. I'm going to say that it's not equivalent because it does have that ambiguity. It could go either way. It could be similar to the original or similar to A. And so for us, that's not quite what we're looking for. We're looking for a choice that's more consistently similar to the original. How about E? You are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than to be attacked by a tiger. So this is along the lines of choice A, again, comparing your likelihood of being attacked by a penguin or a tiger. But we are looking for, again, like we see in the original, who is more likely to be attacked by a penguin, you or a tiger? F, again, or E is along the lines of choice A. So it's not quite equivalent. How about F? You are more likely to be attacked by a penguin than a tiger is. So yeah, this looks good. This is kind of like choice C. I've moved this a tiger is to the end. But yeah, you are here comparing the likelihood of being attacked by a penguin of a human versus a tiger. And so F is equivalent to the original. You can see it's sort of just lopped off this ending bit. But through the parallelism, through the structure of the choice, we can see that it's equivalent. So a little bit more variation here. How about G? Your odds of being attacked by a penguin are higher than that of a tiger. Well, we'll come back to H in a minute. But for now, for G, we can say right away that this can't be right because that is singular. And if it's trying to stand in for the odds, then probably supposed to be plural, as it is in choice H. So I think based on that alone, even if this were plausible, the lack of agreement, singular, plural, is a problem. So how about H? Here we have those. Your odds of being attacked by a penguin are higher than those of a tiger. So here the those is referring back to plural odds, which is good. So does this make sense? It's not just odds, it's odds of this. So one option, if you're not sure if this works, is take this thing it's standing in for and plug it in for those. So your odds of being attacked by a penguin are higher than the odds of being attacked by a penguin of a tiger. Sounds awkward, but the point is, it is matching the original. It is fitting in with what the original is trying to do because we're comparing your odds of being attacked by a penguin to the tiger's odds of being attacked by a penguin. And so similarly, I is going to work. I is basically a version of H. Your odds of being attacked by a penguin are higher than a tiger's. You can almost imagine you could put odds in parentheses here. You could even extend it and have it stand in for what the those is standing in for in H. So the full sentence would be your odds of being attacked by a penguin are higher than a tiger's odds of being attacked by a penguin. Like that could be another option here. Point is, those are both equivalent to each other, and they're equivalent to the other highlighted portions as well as to the original. So I is also good. Last, J, your odds of being attacked by a penguin are higher than your odds of being attacked by a tiger. So this is equivalent to A and E and G. And again, it's not comparing you versus a tiger who's more likely to be attacked by a penguin. It's comparing you, are you more likely to be attacked by a penguin or attacked by a tiger? And so that's not quite equivalent. And so the ones that are equivalent here ultimately are B, C, F, H, and I. As we said with these, you want to pay attention to the specific structure of the choices. On the real test, of course, you're just going to have one choice that's going to be right and 3 choices that are wrong. And you want to make sure with your comparisons that you're comparing like to like and that there's no ambiguity, there's no confusion, there's no vagueness as to what comparison is being made. Doesn't mean you're going to have a bunch of words. Sometimes, yes, longer choices work better here. Sometimes shorter choices work. I wouldn't say answer correctness will correlate to how long the choice is for a question like this. It's just about which is making that proper comparison. So in this case, yes, B, C, F, H, and I are all equivalent, and the others are not.